Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? And if we come from traumatic backgrounds, one of the things that we're denied is access to that information at a younger age and a safer capacity.
Yeah.
And so we figure it out now, and there's so much more on the line. You're like, fuck, I got kids, I got career, I got this, I got that. And you're like, even still, we're always trying to figure out who we are. What have you discovered, and especially in, let's call it, the last couple of years, that has become foundational for what you think the journey of the future is going to be for you?
For me personally, my company
Yes.
or yeah.
For you personally.
For me personally, I'm really proud of myself that I've never given up. I'm really proud of myself for the bravery it takes to be vulnerable. I'm really proud that one of these leaders out there that doesn't pretend I'm like perfect. And I believe that's the future of where we're going in personal growth is we're going to trust the transparent ones. We're going to question the ones that are all perfect and always looking to the love and the light because it's not real. It's not scientifically factual. And so I'm personally looking forward. Well, I already create great results because I can see others' blind spots, can't see my own. And I'm really grateful to be able to pass these lessons on at a deeper level for people. And even though I'm super smart, it was the body that took me home, not the mind. It was the emotions and feeling that took me home, not the spiritual bypassing and the better attitude. And so I don't think I mentioned this, but I was a dancer since I was like 5 years old. And so I knew at a young age what the path home. And it's been, 50 years later, and it's still the path home. It's not mind spirit, it's body, mind, spirit. And if we can honor all equally, that to me is the path of home. And I'm very, very proud to no longer be ashamed of my journey. And that way I can be that beacon for others to be real with me and to share the unspeakable because they will not be judged. And that if we shame the shame, it's going to take us even longer. But if we can be in a safe place and then a safe community, the beautiful community I have of clients where we all show up and we grow exponentially, not just the scientific lifting of vibration together, but a real community that has your back. Bunch of black sheep. We're all of the black sheep together hanging out.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
I'm proud.
I love that. And community is everything, but more importantly, the right community is everything. And a community through authenticity. One of my friends, Gary Brecka, who I'd argue is the smartest person I've ever met in my entire life, he told me something that changed the way I think about everything. He goes, authenticity is the highest vibrating frequency known to man. And that's the same reason why when we're in connection with people, like you feel it, right? Like how many times have you been like, a week later, 6 weeks later, a month, you're like, ah, why didn't I trust my gut? Right? You're like, ah, I knew it. You never in one time in your life have ever fucking said, why didn't I trust my brain? Because it does start with our body. It starts here first and like paying attention to that and not denying it. Right. And so as we move forward and as we look at it, as we build our lives, as we build this thing where we can become the one to find the one, what does it look like? Paint me a picture. What is intimacy? Because so many people, and this is because we live in this pornified society, people go, oh, intimacy is sex and fucking. And I'm like, no, it's not. But what does it look like? Paint us a picture, top to bottom, explain intimacy.
To me, there's very many definitions, and I think fucking is one of them. My definition is a way of being where we're honest, as you said, authentic, transparent, vulnerable, raw, heart open, walls down with ourself. It's not possible to give that gift to another if you haven't first given it to yourself. And so it's the ability that when you're sad, you be with yourself. When you're ashamed, you be with yourself. When you're really orgasmically alive, you be with yourself. Like the whole kit and caboodle, the wobbly parts and the triumphant parts. You're just going to be deeply connected moment to moment with yourself without the need to fix or change and just connect. When we can be that, we can simultaneously, it's almost like this Shazam that happens. When you finally come home to all yourself and you resist nothing and you allow all, it's a oneness moment with the universe. Because in my opinion, the universe doesn't have opinions. If it says, I suck, it says, oh, and so it is. It's a figure eight loop. It's going to give you back what you put out. It probably would love if it could support you in believing you're better than you think you are, but it's a free will universe. So if you put out, I suck, and so it is, or I'm worthy, and so it is. So you have this oneness with the universe that occurs. as a direct reflection of your internal relationship. And the experience is, wow, the accomplishment, the outside world hasn't changed much. There's still a little debt over there. My ass is still that size, or, whatever it is. And you wake up and you're like, but I'm enough. I'm enough as I am. Yes, I still choose to go to the gym. Yes, I still choose to learn how to be a better manager of my money, but not in order to be good enough. I'm already enough. It's an inspiration from love, not a motivation from fear. And that is a different paradigm. So life starts to become joyful just because you're alive. There's a peace in your skin. And then you start to get a little sassy, a little sexy. Then you're like, okay, universe, what you got for me today? Because you're no longer terrified of what you can't control because you've got your back. You start to be able to be a little more sexy and sassy and joyful and risk, but you simultaneously have this sense of, because your heart is open, because you're intimate with yourself, you can hear your intuition. You can hear the gut, as you mentioned a moment before. So you start making better decisions. And you also stay in the best part of your brain, which is more creative and abstract thinking, as opposed to kill them before they kill me, fight, flight, freeze, right? So you start to make better decisions and life starts to be more joyful and you have more success. Not that you need it anymore to be good enough, but just because it's fucking fun to be successful and generous and make an impact on the planet. And then that's a vibration too. So you're going to start to attract a community that's like-minded. And you're going to start to run into people, whether it's on Heartmate's partnering app or at the freaking grocery store, who are your people. And you don't have to try. I would say you need to intend, right? Put it out there, but not be attached because that's going to push it away faster than anything. And then all of a sudden, by this willingness to have an intimate relationship with yourself, you and your body lost that extra 10. You didn't try, but you weren't at war with your body. You listened, hey, let's have a salad rather than another. I love fish and chips and beer, but whatever, not every night. Okay. So everything physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, vocational, financial, social, parental, romantic, sexual, all of them, every part of your life, because how you do anything is how you do everything, starts to up level. Yes, you need to show up every day, but not with attachment. And then, within a reasonable amount of time, life is looking pretty good. And while I don't hope anybody dies tonight, if you did, you could look back and you don't have the regrets. You lived a full life. You made a difference being you.